Hey guys, Matt from TOTALmtg here, and welcome to this week's deck tech. So what have I got for you this week? It is the last of the mono colours. It's Mono Red DynAmulet. That is my deck this week. First of all, let me just say, if you are new to us here on the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's a great way to support the channel for free. And if you like the video at the end, don't forget to hit that little thumbs up and a like. It really does help me out a lot. So, Mono Red DynAmulet. I wanted to call it like a control deck because it does work very much like one. But first of all, we're going to look at the creatures. We don't have many. We start off with a one of Hazoret the Fervent. Indestructible Haste 5/4. The Ramunap Red decks run 4 of these. We only run 1, but we run 4 Glorybringers as well. This is one of our finishers, as long as obviously well with the Hazoret. Glorybringer 4/4. Not in my mind as good as Stormbreath Dragon, but still a very, very good card. It's got flying haste. You can exert it and do 4 damage to target non-dragon creature and opponent's control. It's good for flying over to get the evasion and kill maybe a planeswalker and kill a creature at the same time as well. Glorybringer is one of our finishers, and it's an absolute great creature. One of my favourite to come from that set. So let's start taking a look at the spells, and we have a lot of spells, starting with a 4-off Shock that deals 2 damage to target creature or player. Does only cost 1 red, so never going to be cheaper with the amulet, but it can get those important energy counters that we need for the Dynavolt Tower. A 1 of Abrade, and we do have more in the sideboard. Just 1 in the main, 3 damage to target creature or destroy artifact. And then one of our great kill spells that works very well in this deck, which is Harness Lightning. So I've used 2 Harness Lightnings to actually just win a game for and not target the creature, just use the energy to get the Dynavolts. I had 2 Dynavolts down in one game, literally target the creature, didn't use any of the energy, got myself 6 energy, and then just managed to just do like bolt to our opponent. So Harness Lightning can be used for multiple ways in this deck, and that's just one of them. Back in standard, 4 Lightning Strike, we've got 4 of them in there, and if we can flip that Primal Amulet, a Lightning Strike for 2 mana will do 6 damage to target creature or player. That is nearly, that's a finisher in itself. You bum up a couple of them, 12 damage with 2 Lightning Strikes just for 4 mana, really, really good. And maybe if you've got one of the other Primal Amulets on the field at the time that hasn't flipped, then you can just do it for 2 red. Absolutely brilliant. So our next card is 4 Tormenting Voice. This is our card draw. You have to discard a card, but we get to draw 2 cards with it. You know, sometimes we might have some dead cards like that. Like I say, we've got Magma Sprays in the sideboard. The Shocks might not be what we need at the time, so or maybe we've got multiple of Dynavolt. We don't need that next one. We can discard and then draw a couple of cards and hopefully refill our hand a little bit. Part of the DynAmulet is Dynavolt Tower. 4 of these in the main. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you get 2 energy, and then you pay 5 to basically just do like a lightning bolt to your opponent. 3 damage to them, or you can target a creature if you want and redirect it to a planeswalker if needs be. Dynavolt Tower, we've got so many instants and sorceries in this, it's just going to work really well for us. And it is like another one of our win cons, obviously, as well. Dynavolt Tower can finish out games, and multiples on the field will just be absolutely brilliant for you. Getting double energy counters, and then just keep bolt and bolt and bolt, and that's what we want to do. On to the next cards, we got a couple of Fiery Cannonade. I always go to call that Colonnade, but it's Cannonade. 2 damage to each non-pirate creature. Just as a 2-off instant speed, you can get, you can wipe up a lot of those tokens with that. And Sweltering Suns is there at sorcery speed to do 3 damage to each creature. And later on, the cycling cost is expensive with 3, but we can obviously draw a card as well. And our next card is Chandra, Torch of Defiance. One of our other win cons is Chandra, Torch of Defiance. If we can just protect Chandra, get to that emblem, we've got so many spells, we'll just be doing 5 damage a turn, maybe more with Lightning Strike, get 8 damage. The Dino, you can see what we're doing with this. It's not like a, it's like a control burny sort of deck. It just does a lot of damage from nowhere, but I wouldn't call it a dedicated burn deck. But well, we do have a lot of burn. Maybe you do want to call it a burn deck. But Chandra, Torch of Defiance, if you can just protect that and get to that emblem. We've got, sweepers here, as you can see. We've got a lot of strikes, everything like we can keep the field. Get to Chandra, then just cast spells to win the game. So, on to the final 2 cards. The other part of DynAmulet is a Primal Amulet. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and then you get to put a charge counter on it. If there's 4 or more, you can flip it, add 1 mana of any colour to your mana pool. When that mana is spent to cast an spell, you get to copy that spell. So like I said with Lightning Strikes, copy that spell, choose a new target. You could do it to the opponent, 6 damage for 2 mana. Really, really good Primal Wellspring. So we just want to flip this over. We've got enough, obviously, instants and sorceries to do this. Should be done very easily. Vance's Blasting Cannons is there as well. At the beginning of it, you get to exile the top card of your library. You know, helps you go through your deck. If it's a non-land card, you may cast that card this turn. When you cast your third, you get to flip that, and then that flips into another land that does basically another Lightning Strike as well, 3 damage for paying 3 mana. Really, we've got a lot of ways to do damage. We just need to keep alive early, clear those early creatures that our opponents might play. If it's, you know, if you're playing against control, you're going to have a lot of, you know, they're going to have to keep countering a lot. We're going to be able to be making a lot of damage with our burn spells. It's really, really powerful, this deck. I've tried it. I beat quite a few. I even beat Team Energy decks. So, you know, you can't be bad. I will record some gameplay. I'm a bit behind on my gameplay videos. I need to record some Mono Blue, Mono White, and now Mono Red. But I will get there, guys and girls. I will get there, and I will get those videos out for you. Onto the land base now. Very, very simple. Ramunap Ruins. It has to be in there with the Sun-Scorched Desert. We're not a Ramunap Ruins deck, but this is just too good not to put in. 2 damage to each opponent, sacrificing the desert. The Sun-Scorched comes in and does a damage as well. And then we have 14 mountains, so that's 22 land in total. In the sideboard, I do have an extra land as well that you'll see very soon. So let's get onto the sideboard now. There's some few more creatures here. We've got 3 Harsh Mentor. Does damage, goes well with the deck. It's a 2/2. Opponent activates artifacts, creatures, lands, or battlefields. This does 2 damage to them each turn. Rampaging Pharasodon will stop them from gaining the life. It also has Menace, and it's a 3/3. Very, very, very good utilising this creature. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to them as well. So you can see our creatures have abilities to do damage, which is what this red is all about. Red is all about damage. Burning Suns avatar there. Put it in as a one-of. It's a big 6/6. It was between this and Combustible Gearhulk. Combustible, you can choose whatever one you prefer, but this is one of the new cards from Ixalan, so I wanted to give this a try. When it ends the battlefield, it does 3 damage to target opponent and 3 damage to up to 1 target creature. And we also have a one-of Chandra's Defeat. In the sideboard as well, 2 Magma Sprays, exile the creature with, doing 2 damage, good for getting rid of Scrappy Scroungers. Abrade is there to do that as well, and 3 damage to target creatures. One of the best removals in standard Abrade, so we've got an extra couple in the sideboard. Repeating Barrage. Now this is a late addition to the sideboard. It could be in the main because it could be very good. It's another burn spell. It costs 3, but it is sorcery. But we could, it could cost us 2. Deals 3 damage to target creature or player, and then it has the raid effect where we attack with the creature and we can pay 5 and get this back to our hand. When the amulet's flipped, this could be very, very good. Maybe costing 3 to do 6 damage. I think it's in there. It's worth trying out. So I haven't tested it yet, but I definitely think it'd be worthy in the deck. And like I say, the last card in the sideboard is a one-off Scavenger Grounds. Pay 2, sacrifice a desert, exile all cards from all graveyards. Just maybe, 22. Sometimes we want to go 23. We bring in some more expensive stuff when we're bringing in the barrage that might cost us 5 and stuff like that. This is just there as also to obviously help us deal with graveyard decks. So guys, this is this week's mono deck. It's Mono Red DynAmulet. I really do like this. It's a bit, it's a different red deck. It's not your standard Ramunap Red, although that is probably one of the most consistent decks in standard. I like to do my brews a little bit different, so I really do hope you like this. Obviously, Chandra is one of the most expensive cards in around at the moment, so the deck isn't cheap just because of Chandra itself. But maybe, we've got enough other win cons in here. If you want to substitute that for something else, maybe put the repeating barrages in there, so then you can have more, more destruction, more damage to a player. Give that a try. It could do really well for you. Or maybe you can up a Hazoret, although Hazoret isn't cheap either, but it's not in the Chandra League. Anyway, guys, really do hope you like the video. Please give it a thumbs up, like I say, and if you are new to this, hit that follow button. Any other decks you want me to build, standard, modern, cards you want to build around, always leave it in the comments. I do read every single comment. I try to reply to them all as well. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.